East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. A small town known for its 4th of July parade and annual carnival, which grows steadily more sketchy each year. It's a town that answers the question, what if rotaries operated like Mario Kart 64? But what exactly was it that put East Longmeadow on the map? The first time I heard of the town was when I was 20 years old. I was on YouTube trying to find out which was superior, Swiffer's or ShamWow. In the midst of my research, I stumbled upon a video entitled Swiffer Commercial. That is when I first found them, RHVTV. I was entranced by the stellar cinematography, the stimulating performances, as well as the unbelievable production value. Good God. Needless to say, I became obsessed. Who wouldn't? I watched along and fell in love with the different stories RHVTV created. I gasped when the intruder from the 2008 film Dawson was incapacitated. I learned the definition of various SAT words. Huh. I laughed as Jamal died in Average Day. I swore with GW.
By my mother's Liberty Bears.
I grew with Elizabeth. And I screamed when Mel was killed.
No! What? Why? She was so perfect and pure!
That was 10 years ago. Today, I have made it my mission to find out where all the minds behind RHVTV have ended up. How have they been spending the past decade? What fates hath time wrought them? We shall answer these questions and more in tonight's Dateline Special. RHVTV. Where are they now?
Now, I've been in the town of East Longmeadow for a few days now, and it seems as though my initial plan of just wandering the streets, hoping to bump into one of the RHVTV cast members, has been a folly. I may need to... Wait. What's that sound?
Illuminati.
Great Odin's Raven! Curtis? Curtis Maloney, is that you?
You didn't see me.
But I did see him. I managed to track Curtis back to his home nearby.
Ah, Curtis Maloney! Hello, my name is John Dalton, and I'm with Dateline NBC. Do you have some time to talk about RHVTV?
You shouldn't be here.
Oh, you sound like Anderson Cooper the time I showed up at his yacht. If it didn't work then, it sure as hell isn't going to work now. So, Curtis, the last time we saw you, you were being murdered on RHVTV's corruption. What have you been up to since then?
Oh, you know, just being a law-abiding citizen. Every day I get home from work and just watch TV. I don't really do anything out of the ordinary or dangerous.
See, I'm beginning to suspect that you do something out of the ordinary or dangerous.
He's on to us.
Abort. Rescue initiated.
No! No! We're gonna start with someone else.
I may have overshot it with attempting to speak with Curtis first. He is clearly a high-profile cast member. I was at a loss for leads until my mother called me. Apparently, one of the RHVTV cast members has made a name for themselves on television.
Mary is keeping you both in check with this technical challenge. She would like you to make a British checkerboard cake called the Battenberg.
The judges will be looking for a delicately cut and stacked sponge, sandwiched with a homemade jam, and covered with freshly prepared marzipan.
Marzipan has always been my Everest. I've never been able to make it work in any recipe. Hopefully Mary will remember my lemon custard tart from last week. Just might keep me in the running.
Brett Smith discovered his love for baking when he was asked to make baked goods for all of his friends on the football team.
Well, I have what some call the gift.
Clearly, this is delicious. It's somehow both crunchy and chewy at the same time. How did you manage that?
Well, I could tell you that, but then I'd have to kill you with my own bare hands.
Are you still in contact with any of the RHVTV cast members?
Actually, I do still see John every once in a while.
Oh, John DiSabito? How come?
Well, he actually writes the music for Gabs.
Oh. Is Gabs a friend of yours, or?
Oh, no. It's the Great American Baking Show.
You aren't at all what I expected.
I found my way to John DiSabito's recording studio nearby. It was clearly a creative space for someone who was bursting at the seams with ideas.
It's the Great American Baking Show. It's like the British show, except everyone is meaner. America! Fuck yeah! Fuck you!
Just wonderful, John!
Thanks, John.
So, how did you find yourself doing music for television?
Well, that's a funny story, actually.
It was not. John had composed a ballad in tribute of his old friend, Matthew O'Brien, after a horrible medical event. Matt O'Brien has tragically been in a coma for several years. The doctors believe it is due to TBI, traumatic brain injury. No one knows exactly what caused this trauma, though his family has their theories.
This is one of the worst TBIs we've seen here. His case is really severe.
But he could still wake up, right?
Maybe.
The ballad John wrote caught the attention of an up-and-coming network executive with a familiar face to any RHVTV fan.
Oh, okay. Great. How about something a little more like... Nice. Exactly.
Oh, all right.
You could say I've been very successful these past few years. Tell Mr. Gates how he turned his call after my squash session with Senator Warren. After I rose to the top of the ABC Disney corporate ladder, I thought, what was next for me? That's when I invented the revolutionary sneaker self-tying technology. Now, these figures are unacceptable. Tell him I'll talk to him about it in the next board meeting. 5 inches, but it's thick.
Ah, Mr. Katz, what is your official title at ABC?
Well, I'm Vice President of East Coast Television and Self-Lacing Sneaker Programming.
Impressive.
Yes, now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go into a meeting where the fate of ABC just might rest on my shoulders. I'm Andrew Katz, goddammit.
Yes, Andrew Katz has definitely become, as some say, exactly what the Back to the Future movies warned us about. But has time been as kind to other RHVTV cast members? It has not.
It's pretty messed up what's going on with Ryan.
East Longmeadow native Ryan Emilio has been apprehended and charged with an astounding array of crimes.
Armed robbery, indecent exposure, tax evasion, possession of no less than 60 pounds of pure cocaine, over $10,000 in unpaid parking tickets, tax evasion, attempted murder, jaywalking.
And then they just kept reading excerpts from the court transcripts.
Jury foreman. The jury finds the defendant, Ryan J. Emilio, guilty. Ryan Emilio, I know you are, but what am I?
Ryan Emilio was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. His story was seemingly at its end.
I really don't know when it was that we truly lost Ryan.
Neither do the police.
This just in, Ryan Emilio has escaped prison.
No one's found him yet. And I gotta say, good on him. I'm not good for the murder or the cocaine or the jaywalking parts, but I am impressed that he found such a good hiding place. No one's found him. And then there was that thing in the news with that incident with his mother and that reporter. Damn.
Mrs. Emilio, what do you say to the accusations of you harboring your son, a known fugitive?
Told you those accusations are ridiculous.
So you're saying you would not protect your own child?
Well, if it was Liz.
I think we're gonna take a look around in here.
I don't think so, mister. Give me that. You paparazzi. You think just because I'm a big SNL star, you can do whatever you want? You better watch it when you're out on the street. I'm gonna hit you with my car. Let me get you my headshot from SNL with my autograph. Here you go. Thank you, have a nice day.
Mrs. Emilio, do you regret the altercation that you had with the reporter that day?
I regret nothing. Paparazzi think they can come in here, push me around. This is my house. I know how to deal with them. I'm a big SNL star. I can deal with the paparazzi every day invading my privacy. This is my house.
While Mrs. Emilio was very outspoken about standing her ground, another RHVTV cast member has found herself not saying much at all.
Sir, Mahak, what happened?
Well, Mahak suffers from what we science people like to call larynx so tired she can no longer speak itis.
Oh, could you define that for us?
It's a rare condition in which the larynx becomes so overworked that it can no longer function, resulting in mutism.
So...
When she was younger, she talked so much that now she can't talk anymore. She's actually been a very interesting subject to work with, considering my concentration in behavioral neuroscience. It's also been really fun to help out my best friend.
So, Mahak just can't talk, right? No other disabilities, that's it?
Yep, not at all.
Then why do you have to feed her?
I also act as an interpreter for Mahak. So right now, it looks like she wants to kill someone in this room. She's so funny. Despite being dealt a bad hand, she still retains her sense of humor. She's truly an inspiration.
As enthralling as it was to see Elizabeth Tucker in the flesh, I felt the need to escape as if my life were in danger.
What?
Good God. Come on. Quietly. Slowly.
Ryan? Hey! Ryan Emilio? It's okay. It's okay. We don't want to hurt you. We're friends. We won't tell anyone you're here. We just want to talk, okay? Can we do that? Can we do that?
Okay. Behind the scenes exclusive.
I don't know, man. I guess the system's just broken for me.
How did you break out of prison?
Successfully.
Oh, right. Yes, quite. Are you guilty of the crimes they've accused you of?
Am I? No.
Your inflection seems to indicate that you know who was responsible.
Man, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
His name is Keith Lloyd.
Keith Lloyd. The name sounded familiar, but at first I couldn't place the memory. But then it came to me.
Hi, my name is Keith Lloyd. Could you excuse me a minute? It's a little hot in here.
Keith Lloyd was a character Ryan once portrayed in a live skit the RHVTV gang performed, entitled The Dating Game.
Where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years?
With you, honey.
I always thought he was just a character. But could this comical character truly be something darker, more sinister? If what he says is true, it's possible that Ryan suffered from a dissociative disorder, which resulted in Keith Lloyd, his alternate personality, committing the crimes which landed him in jail.
Is Keith Lloyd here with us right now, Ryan?
Keith is always here.
Okay, that's nice. We are just going to be going now.
They shouldn't have touched Mr. Cuddles.
Bye, Ryan. Bye.
Where are you going? Wanna watch Seinfeld?
Run, cameraman!
You again?
Who are you, masked hero?
You, destroy this footage. Never go near Curtis Maloney again. Stop looking into me.
But who are you?
No one can see this.
But I have to air this on NBC and the RHVTV YouTube channel.
Oh, so no one's going to see it. That's fine, come with me. We gotta drop him off at the local precinct first.
Here? You brought them here?
Curtis Maloney, what a pleasant surprise!
It's okay. This film is only going on the RHVTV YouTube channel.
Oh, and NBC.
My identity is safe.
Good God! So, you're the vigilante they call the Blue Bow.
Yes.
And what? Curtis has been helping you?
I'm able to hack security cameras, building schematics, anything Sam needs.
So you'll keep watch over her?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
Past 7 years or so.
Why?
Well, after becoming competent with a bow, for conservators, I had to put that skill to good use. So I started, doing this, going out and helping the city. People didn't really like me at first, but that really changed once I arrested Ryan.
It's true. The Blue Bow was the one who arrested Ryan Emilio years ago when the police had failed.
I just feel so lucky that I get to work with him every day. Granted, he's been kidnapped and left for dead in the desert by the Spanish cartel and, fingers cut off and locked up in a jail cell for several days. But, he loves the thrill of it.
Speaking to Sammie and Curtis, I realized there was another RHVTV cast member whom I had yet to meet. The man who started it all.
Do you speak to Jack at all?
Sometimes.
That was quite a loaded response.
It's just,
It's okay. It's just, the only reason he ever wants to hang out with us, it seems like, is just when he wants to play another video.
He is obsessed.
Yeah, Jack's had the hardest time letting go of RHVTV, for sure.
It's like, are we just actors to Jack, or are we actually, buds,
She says Jack is the worst.
And how do you feel about Jack?
He's the worst.
Fuck him.
These reactions were surprising, so I knew I had to go straight to the source.
Jackpot. Oh, that's kind of funny, actually. Because his name is Jack. Oh. Jack, your fellow cast members say that you have had a hard time letting go of RHVTV. Do you believe that there is any merit to the claim that you are stuck in the past? No.
His castmates say Jack was obsessed, but if that were the case, then David Kern has taken obsession to an entirely new level.
Hello, and welcome to my home.
Oh, David Kern, what led you to establish this church?
It's an excellent question. When you look out at the world, the atrocities, the pure filth that exists, so many morals, values, lessons exist in the subtext of RHVTV videos. And I believe if the people just follow my way, the way, we can have a more pure society. And welcome to Total Enlightenment. I am your host, Grand Supreme Archaic Imperator, David.
A critical eye might point to John Oliver's Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption or Family Guy's Church of the Fawns and say that you're just copying them.
How dare you? I have never been more serious, dedicated, or devoted to anything in my life. I truly believe in this.
Do you blink?
On days like this, Statique Appreciation Day, I sit and I ponder life's great mysteries. The perfect explanation for all of them could be found in a little video called British People.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that some members of your congregation have actually left because they believe that your views may be a little too extreme for them.
Look, I'm not saying that Mortalidus was right. I'm just saying the destruction of the forest was exaggerated. Okay, seriously. Flat Stanley, flat Earth. The thing everyone forgets about, or chooses to forget about, Elizabeth was a Scientologist. Why don't more people bring that up? I wasn't even mad when Damon died. Like, 100% warranted.
Could you talk about that?
Black sheep always stray from the flock, but as their shepherd, I'll guide them back to the light. Some by pure virtue, but some with the end of the cane. And on that note, good night, my children.
Okay, David Kern, thank you very much for your time. We're going to be wrapping up.
But our time is not finished yet, my child. You have unleashed a great power, a great reckoning within yourself. You are on the precipice of enlightenment you have yet to even understand. Look into my eyes. What do you see?
Home?
That's really what RHVTV was all about, wasn't it? Home? It's a recurring theme throughout all of their series, just go look. And I must say, it seems that the cast of RHVTV have all found their homes throughout the years. Brett found his home in the kitchen. John finds his home in music. Andrew found a pretty lavish, rich home. Matt's home is his bed. Ryan's home, contrary to what he may feel, is in jail. Mahak and Jenna's homes are with each other, as are Sammie and Curtis's, but outside the law. And Jack's home is in the past. But David has helped me find my home, and that's right here at the Church of RHVTV Saints.
Want some Kool-Aid?